staff of JDHS, community members, honored guests, and members of the graduating class. Welcome to the commencement exercises for 1995. Members of the graduating class, your years at JDHS were to be spent preparing you to head into uncharted waters. Well, this afternoon, you walked the plank. Our hope is that the leap to the water below is a small one, and that the water you discover yourself in is calm. Our hope also is that you indeed do have the skills necessary to successfully navigate a true and steady course. And that you also have the ability to attain new skills and knowledge, to face challenges that neither you nor the school could have predicted. I hope we've prepared you well. And please, keep your eyes open when you jump from the edge of the plank. Good luck in your new ventures.
Everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Angels
speaker will be our senior class president, Ann Kellen.
Mr. Jones hadn't been to church for a very long time. So when he arrived, the pastor was so happy to see him, he asked Mr. Jones to say the closing prayer. Mr. Jones said the prayer and he went on and on and on. And finally, after 20 minutes, a brave soul in the back of the room yelled, "Amen!" And Mr. Jones said, "That's the word I was looking for." If my speech rambles or if I mumble and it goes on too long, do not be afraid to say amen. We've been in school for 13 long years. And to use the phrase of Charles Dickens, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Now that those 13 years of school have finally come to an end, we are now enrolled in that great school of life. Or if you remember Scott Willis's address, he said we are enrolled in ULE, or the University of Life Experiences. We only go around once, so we must live to our fullest capacity and take advantage of this thing we call life. Now, I'm sure most of you have jumped off the high dive at least one time in your life. Now, when I say high dive, I'm not talking about the little baby diving. I'm talking about the one that's 10 feet up in the air that you have to climb the ladder. Do you remember how excited you were? You were thinking, boy, that looks fun. And as you climb the ladder, your heart starts pounding, and you get to the top and you realize you do not want to jump off anymore. And the kids below are taunting you and calling you chicken when you have to walk to the edge and peer over the end. But you finally get enough courage to close your eyes, to plug your nose, and you jump in. Now, most of us have done this, but how many of us have done a swan dive off the high dive? Now, what keeps people from doing a swan dive? This thing we call fear. And most of us live life this way. We take small risks with little rewards, but we don't take the big chances wherewith we could soar. What are we afraid of? First, we are afraid of even trying. Then once we decide to try, we are scared of rejection and embarrassment. We are afraid of failure and losing. And lastly, we are afraid of the unknown, or what might happen if we tried. Many people are afraid to do things in life because they just can't boister up the courage to try. Most of us have seen the movie Dead Poet Society. This movie portrays a class of young boys who decide to take the challenge of their teacher, Mr. Keating, and carpe diem, or seize the day. Knox Overstreet is one of the boys in Mr. Keating's class, and he has this crush on a girl named Chris at a public school. It takes up everything he has just to call her on the phone. He gets some flowers and he writes a poem and goes to the public school to give them to her. She refuses them and runs into her class. Feeling rejected and embarrassed and basically defeated, he gets ready to go. And instead, he turns around, goes into the class with all her peers, and reads the poem aloud to her. The movie then skips to where he's back at school and all his friends are mobbing him and asking, what does she say, what does she say? And he said, well, she didn't say much. What do you mean she didn't say much? It doesn't matter. I did it, and that's all that counts. Henry David Thoreau once wrote, I went to the woods to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could learn what I had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life. Rejection is one of the major reasons people don't take advantage of many of the opportunities that come their way. People have an inherent need to feel accepted and safe. By trying new or daring things, people are putting themselves on the line or putting themselves in a position where they can be embarrassed or rejected. I bet everyone in this audience has wanted to ask a boy or a girl out, but couldn't because they're afraid she would say no or he would say no. The worst thing she could say, again, is no. But now you will never know, and you will live thinking of what could have been. You shouldn't be scared of embarrassment. Some of the most embarrassing things that happen to us are actually treasures to think back and laugh about in our old age. Too often we are scared of what we might not be able to do, scared of what people might think of us if we try. We let our fears stand in the way of our hopes. We say no when we want to say yes. We sit quietly when we want to scream, and we shout with the others when we should keep our mouths shut. Why? After all, we do only go around once. There's really no time to be afraid. So stop. Try something you've never tried before. Risk it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. People do not want to try new things because they're afraid they're going to fail. Who knows what the Ironman is? The Ironman is a race held in Hawaii every year. It is a grueling triathlon. First, you must swim 3.5 miles, then bike 60. And when you've done all that, you must run a 26-mile marathon. This race is uphill through a dry desert, and basically it's just really long. Many people do not make it to the end, and many people enter the triathlon only to finish it. To me, the winners are not those that come in first, but it's the overweight housewife who started an exercise program and decides to train for the Ironman. As you watch the stragglers coming in at night, many of the spectators and the winners have left many hours before. You can't help but get a lump in your throat as you see them finish. These are winners. In the last Summer Olympics, a 400-meter runner pulled a muscle, and though pain swept through his body and the dream of winning faded away, he picked himself up and hobbled to the finish line. People knew the challenges that this man had to go through to make it to the Olympics, and with a standing ovation, he crossed the line. Dave D'Angeli, one of our fellow classmates, ran a 300-meter hurdle in the Region 5 track meet competition and broke his ankle. With that broken ankle, he still finished the race. The fear of the unknown is the biggest fear. Everyone is scared of what they don't know. You're afraid of what hasn't even happened yet. A spy was captured and sentenced to death by a general of the Persian army. The general had fallen upon a strange custom. He permitted the condemned person to make a choice. He could either face the firing squad or pass through the big black door. As the moment of the execution drew near, the general ordered the spy to be brought before him for a short, final interview, the primary purpose of which was to receive an answer to the question, which shall it be, the firing squad or the big black door? This was not an easy question, and the prisoner hesitated, but made it known that he much preferred the firing squad. Not long thereafter, a volley of shots in the courtyard announced that the grim sentence had been carried out. The general, staring at his boots, turned to his aide and said, "You see how it is with men. They will always prefer the known way to the unknown. It is characteristic of people to be afraid of the undefined, and yet I gave him his choice." "What lies beyond the black door?" asked the aide. "Freedom," replied the general, "and I've known only a few men brave enough to take it." Because we are scared, we don't try new things, and we live with regrets that come when we let these opportunities pass us by. Many people in this room wish they could live at least one moment of their life, if not more, over again. They were scared, and by not acting, they chose life's potluck bag. While volunteering at St. Anne's Nursing Home, I heard a lot of incredible stories about people's lives, experiences, and the things they achieved and accomplished. But I came to discover that many people don't have regrets for the things they have done, but people rather talk about the things they regret not having done. This was written by an 85-year-old woman named Nadine Starr, and it's titled, "If I Had My Life to Live Over." I dare to make more mistakes next time. I relax. I would limber up. I would take fewer things seriously. I would take more chances. I would climb more mountains and swim more rivers. I would eat more ice cream and less beans. I would perhaps have more actual troubles, but I would have fewer imaginary ones. You see, I'm one of those people who live sensibly and sane, hour after hour, day after day. Oh, I've had my moments, and if I had to do it over again, I'd just have more of them. In fact, I'd try to have nothing else, just moments. If I had my life to live over again, I would start barefoot earlier in the spring and stay that way later in the fall. I would go to more dances, I would ride more merry-go-rounds, and I would pick more daisies. When I was given the opportunity to talk to you today, I was really excited. And there's definitely a fear factor in getting up in front of so many people, but I decided that it was just my classmates and my friends, and it was easy to talk to you guys. The real magnitude of what I was about to undertake didn't occur to me until I found out that each senior was given 6 graduation tickets. And instead of just talking to my classmates, it seemed like I was talking to the whole world. This gym fills up with a lot of people. And when my name was announced, I got that fear or that thing in the pit of your stomach that only comes from that strong emotion that you call fear. I was petrified, and I was afraid that as I walked up, I would trip on those stairs, and I would never live it down, and that you'd see my heart pounding and my hands shaking. I'm still kind of shaking a little bit, and my heart is still pounding, but it's not pounding as hard. And my hands are almost back to normal. I'm starting to feel almost relaxed. And though I was scared, when I look back on June 3rd, 1995, I will have no regrets. It is never too late to change your life so you can live without regrets. Remember that to live life, you must also have integrity. And as our class motto states, this above all, to thine own self be true. I hope that you will overcome your fears of trying, rejection, failure, and the unknown, and make your lives extraordinary. Graduation is a time of celebration as well as sadness. You know that this is the last time we'll ever see each other all again. And even though we didn't interact with each of our class members, there was a comfort in seeing the same old familiar faces through the halls these past 4 years. And to close my speech, I would like to recite a poem I found for my classmates. It's entitled, An Irish Blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. Until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand.
This year, Juneau-Douglas High School is pleased to welcome a guest speaker for our commencement exercises, Dr. Henry Gravias. Dr. Gravias has demonstrated a commitment to education throughout his life, both through his own achievements in higher education and his hand in encouraging others to reach high goals in academics. Dr. Gravias has been instrumental in improving education standards and opportunities in several high schools, the most notable of which is Garfield High School in East LA. Among other things, in his 6 years at Garfield, Dr. Gravias directed and encouraged the growth of the Advanced Placement Program, increased the size of the Garfield High Mathematics Department, tripled the number of students entering colleges and universities, and successfully promoted and improved academic achievement among all students through a vigorous and challenging curriculum. His success at Garfield High School has brought him state and national exposure, including inspiring the making of the film Stand and Deliver, which depicted the successes of the Calculus Advanced Placement Program. Because of his firm commitment to learning, we have asked him to speak at our commencement exercises. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker tonight, Dr. Henry Gravias.
Thank you very much. Honored guests, fellow teachers and administrators, board members, parents, and friends of this graduating class, and especially to the graduating seniors, good afternoon. This event is one in a lifetime. And as was said by your former speaker, this is probably the only time you will ever meet again as a large group like this. I'd like to leave a few things with you that'll probably be with you for the rest of your lives. Time passes quickly. Do you know that I was just thinking back as to when I was sitting there? It doesn't seem all that long, yet 42 years ago, I was in East LA at Roosevelt High receiving my diploma. Time passes quickly. And you should make the most of it. The most of it means you should try to be able, in whatever you do, to hit a level where when you leave, someone will say, I know who was there. That person made a difference. If you can say to yourself that you made a difference in somebody's life, you bettered that life, then you feel this comfort. Imagine how beautiful it would be if not only bettering somebody else's life was part of your goal, but in so doing you also prospered and became well known. And that's numero uno. Keep the friends you have, the true friends. Make new ones in colleges and universities, or for those who start the field of work, make friends there, because you will need them to help you grow. Stay in touch with each other as much as you can. and support one another whenever possible. Because the friends you have made during these times in high school will be there forever if they are true friends. Always continue to learn. Never stop. For those of you that receive degrees, continue to get those degrees that will mean probably a better opportunity, more responsibility. And with that comes a challenge to do a lot more for others. For those of you that will be fortunate enough to be in positions of leadership, you will be given a shot. You will be placed there because of your efforts and energy. Don't let that position of leadership go to waste and just, slide by. You're in the position of leadership, make a difference, take a chance. For those that are not in positions of leadership, or for whatever reason did not achieve that level, seek it, demand it, go after it. Because if you don't, then things will probably not change. And if they do change, you will blame somebody else did that. Or you'll continue to complain. You complain about individuals. Why not you take a hold of the reins? Why not move in the direction of excellence? You can do it. Remind you of Escalante. Escalante was a teacher that could have very well been an average teacher. Came from Bolivia. Had a difficult time here. Had to go over and go through all the testing again and the courses in mathematics, where in his own country he was a top engineer. He could have said, forget it. Or be satisfied with teaching basic math, regular math, introduction to math. Escalante said, no. I have a chance in this school to do something, to better the lives of these students. And in so doing, he became an average teacher, and in a few years moved toward being a master teacher. This master teacher was able to do things that very few teachers in their position have been doing in the past few years. Escalante decided to move in this direction. Do you know the challenges he placed upon me as his principal? The demands he placed upon the community, the demands he placed upon the parents, and especially the demands he placed upon the students themselves. And he was not going to quit, to the point of getting a near heart attack. That individual, to me, was so important because the students saw his care and his devotion. And this he passed on to them. Today, we have individuals that have returned to the school systems, to engineering systems, to the professions in medicine, and they are also giving of their time, their energy, their lives to promote betterment in the community. I say to you, do not forget this beautiful place where you live, where you go to school. Return here and help those that are going to fulfill dreams. They may not be able to without your assistance. You have a beautiful place here. I fell in love with it when I first came here, and I think I might come back and stay here in the near future. Every one of you have the ability and the power to seek out those individuals that will help you to promote a better way of life, not only for yourself, but for other individuals. Do not lose this opportunity. Never forget your roots, your raíces. Never forget where you came from. Never forget that you have a responsibility for those coming up, the responsibility to help them attain a certain level in this world. To the families and the friends of this graduating class, I have a few words. I'd like to say to you that now that your students, that your sons and daughters, now that your loved ones are graduating, I truly believe that they will need your love and they will need your support more now than ever before. In this world, the challenges are tremendous. The problems out there are horrendous. And though you might say, the person graduated, they are no longer with us, how many return back to live with mama and daddy because things go wrong? Parents are are saying, I still have youngsters in my family. I still have a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and they need my help and my love. True. But don't forget, individuals of this age nowadays need more care, more love, more attention than ever before. And they're going to need your help, whether it be in help and supporting them through spirit or supporting them financially. I wish you all the very best. You come from a unique place. I have traveled all over this country, and this is one place that I say to you, don't let your friends, your family, or your community down. You all have the ability to move. Take the risks. Become risk takers. Become known. Make a mark in this world for the betterment of those, particularly those that need it the most. I wish you all the greatest success, the greatest of luck, y que vayan con Dios. Gracias. Thank you very much.
We will now honor and acknowledge better than 50 students who are identified as honor students. To be an honor student, you must achieve a 3.5 GPA for your entire high school experience. This year, we have the most seniors receiving that honor in my 5 years at the school. With Mr. Frank Conrad's assistance, we will now call those students, honor students, forward. Aspen Speck. Tara Israelson. Melissa Waugh. Daniel Coleman. Ann Kellen. Jennifer Johnson. Hila Floresca. Jacob Sobolev. Elizabeth Saristo. Craig Winter. Sally Whiting. Sarah Finley. Kristen Ekholm. Jesse Gimmel. Christy Parker. Alexa Oliphant. Carly Perkins. Justin Steckel. Lucas Mesdag. Heather James. Dominic Santos. Genevieve Harmon. Carrie Truitt. Bonnie Tolan. Deborah Moss. Robin Fiskus. Aliska Champagne Veselka. Sadie Wright. Jessica Moore. Matthew Benton. Jessica Walker. Summer Schoenberger. Tiffany Peters. Craig Benton. Lindsay Boone. Shannon Beadle. Kyla Snyder. Adrian Gerhardt. Jeffrey Regland. Colleen Patterson. Kristen Dahl. Rory Stitt. The next recipient is our salutatorian with the second highest GPA over a 4-year career, Daniel Polander. The next 3 recipients share in the highest academic honor at JDHS, the valedictorians. First, Robin Zimmerman. All 3 valedictorians received a perfect 4.0 GPA. Kate Williams. And Kelly Grubb. This year, in addition to our honor students who accumulated a 3.0 or better in their 4 years of high school, Mr. Conrad will also acknowledge our foreign exchange students who have spent 1 year here, but also attained a 3.5 or higher.
It is my privilege to recognize the following exchange students. And if they would come forward when I say their names, please come forward to the front. Nadia Dubinina. Susanna Gomez. Asa Ishiyama. Duransu Marino. Francine Weber. Mandy Kwan. Marina Costanet. And Yvonne Lemberg. Congratulations to these folks.
We will now proceed with the conferring of the degrees. Mr. Staley, it is my pleasure to present these candidates for their high school diplomas. I certify that they have satisfactorily completed the course of study prescribed by the Board of Education of the City and Borough of Juneau School District and are entitled to their diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Gleason. By virtue of the authority invested in me as President of the Board of Education under the Constitution of Alaska, and upon recommendation of you, the principal, the faculty of Juneau High School, I confer upon you the high school diplomas which you are entitled to with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Robert Shane Christopher Abbott. Kenneth R. Adams. Jonathan Emil Albrecht. Stephanie B. Anderson. Tara Jean Anderson. Sandy L. Bauer. Shannon C. Beadle. Matthew W. Benton. Van Hook Craig Benton III. Nisa Bernadette Bodrin. Lindsay Ann Boone. Dominique Branson. Colleen Ann Brown. Sonia Lee Brown. Sunshine Kalahani Kainoa Brown. Richard Q. Bullis. Jeffrey Stewart Bullock. Brett Burnett. Juan P. Caraccio. Mart Kristen Carlson Van Dort. Dave Q. Carrillo. Cameron Jewett Carroll. Toby Carroll. Matthew Ryan Carter. Darren Scott Chapman. Catherine Sue Chenoweth. Mark Russell Chester Jr. Danielle Chmielowski. Arji B. Cipriano. Michael George Cole. Danielle Abram Coleman. Rebecca Beth Cook. Sean Michael Cooper. Theodore Porter Craig. Reggie P. Cruz. Aaron L. Colbert. Kevin Kenneth Douglas Courier. Kristen Elizabeth Dahl. Jacob D'Angeli. Kara Lee Dalton. Lisa Cleo Danner. Christopher Davenport. Richard B. Davenport II. Jeremy J. Davis. Mark Christopher Davis. Francisco Francisco de Ipaza. Matthew Deach. Justin Durr. Kevin M. Dilge. Robert Ian Diniford. John Lewis Donahue. Najda V. Dubinian. Paige Zoe Dunkirk. Kristen Elizabeth Ekholm. Catherine Denise Eklund. Zachariah Clinton Ecton. David Endorf. David Andrew Evans. Sarah Suzanne Finley. Robin Lynn Recknitz Fiskus. Ella Marie R. Floresca. Julie Amy Fontaine. Jared Lee Foster. Anne F. Postier. Brett A. Bricky. Casey Marie Fudge. Joshua Jonathan Garcia. Jessie Ann Gamble. Adrian Kunin Gerhard. Kelly Stephen Gold. Jose A. Gomez. Susanna Elena Gomez. Ian Warren Brandt. Penny C. Green. Kelly Diane Grubb. Robert Sanders Greening. Todd W. Hadfield. Christopher Lee Hamey. Genevieve Ann Harmon. Matthew J. Harwell. Veronica Marie Hernandez. Rocky Wade Herbst. Grace Cherie Hill. Nicole Ann Hill. Brandon Holloway. Brandon A. Hurt. Milo Michael Irish. Asa M. Shioma. Tara L. Israelson. Krista Lynn Jacobson. Heather Dawn James. Jeffrey William Jarvis. Jennifer Michelle Johnson. Chad S. Jones. Frank W. Jones. Anthony S. Knaus. Joseph J. Cato. Anne Margaret Kellen. Mariah Davina Kerr. Leonie Camille. Daniel Robert Kiefer. Caleb J. King. Mandy Kling. Marina Castanets. Daniel Ryan Colander. Noah John Lager. Lindholm. Sarah Mackenzie Likens. Michael John Liam. Olivia Elzina Long. Benjamin Spence Lyman. Deborah Ford Moss. Melanie Ann McKinnon. Trevor W. Molly. Joseph Lawrence Malott. Veronica G. Bajarison. Danielle G. Martin. Sarah A. Martin. Carl Marvin. Geraldine L. Marvin. Jess P. McKellen. Veronica G. McCoy. Krista Elizabeth McCracken. Amy Nicole McLeod. Jennifer Lee Meisner. David W. Menaker. Veronica L. Medieta. Holly Kissinger Menzies. Adrian Ronell Mercer. Iransu Marino. Serena Merlin. Lucas Benjamin Mesday. Jason William Messing. Brian Allen Miller. Jennifer Therese Mixon. Jessica Therese Moore. Rista Cherie Moreno. Jordan Jondo Muir. Stephanie Dawn Murphy. Ruth Joanne Nelson. Benjamin Lee Nestler. Terry Ann Nemi. Eric Clifford Nordenson. David Edward Nowaki. Krista Nuttall. Megan Brittany O'Clery. Cara O'Connor. Alexa Sue-Ann Oliphant. Audra Nikki Olson. Donald Philip Ortiz. Raymond Edwin Paddock. James Pagankoff. Ken Yu Pajanoff. Christy Renee Parker. Sarah Elizabeth Morehouse Parson. Colleen Jeanette Patterson. Eva Marie Payne. Tisa Marie Peacock. Carly Ann Perkins. Wendy Joanne Personette. Tiffany Deanne Peters. Jared Ronald Phillips. John William Pacino. Shannon Marie Price. Paul Douglas Pustinen. Jared Emery Rader. Bridge Thomas Randall. Jamaica Dawn Ransom. Jonathan Shane Greer. Jeffrey Charles Reglan. Alicia M. Rigby. Robert Rigg Jr. Bianca Rivera. Martha Adriana Rodriguez. Tyler Duncan Malulani Rose. And Katrina Roosevelt. Matthew Roger Root. Samuel Allen Russell. Dominique Bazita Santos. Nathan Wary Satterfield. Summer Lee Schoenberger. BJ Scott. Jeffrey Eric Scott. Nathan Vincent Scribner. Will Shattuck. Sherry L. Shelley. James M. Shine. Evgenic Shumal. And Margaret Sidney. Crystal Marie Silva. Robin Colleen Skilling. Terry James Smith. Jonah Sage Smith. Kyla Faith Snyder. Jacob Ivan Sobolev. Elizabeth Joy Siristo. Heather Lynn Stallmaker. Matthew Aaron Stasny. Jennifer Tinsman. Summer Leslie Todd Harding. Bonnie Jean Toland. Matthew Stephen Torok. Andy Min Tran. Carrie Ann Truitt. Michael B. Usera. Shelley Ann Danette. Danielle Bernetti. Daniele Villa. Jessica Fairweather Walker. Richard B. Walsh. John C. Walters. Susan Hillary Watson. Andrea Lynn Watts. Jamie Watts. Melissa Ryan Waugh. Francisca Weber. Sally Lynn Whiting. Delilah Ann Wigg. Jared Wild. Kate Nanette Williams. Michael A. Wilmot. Brian Shea Wilson. Brendan James Winders. Rebecca Heather Wynn. Shyler John Winnan. Craig Christian Winter. Britta Wiseman. Sadie Christine Wright. Albert Yadow. Bill Charles Zeman. Zachary D. Zeigenfuth. Robin Hu Zimmerman. Shannon Christine Hawkins. Lisa Champagne DeSelka. Kevin Louis Nault. Nathan Thomas Timothy Albert Weed. Guy Lawrence Harper. Rhonda Mitchell.
Hi, my name is Julie Fontaine, and I'm the Senior Vice President. Many of you have probably seen the ruggedy old white sign on the side of the buildings that always has the events that JDHS is having. Well, it's kind of falling apart. All the pieces are missing, and it's about time we get a new one. So thanks to the class of 1995, we have gotten a lighted up new signboard. Thank you, class 1995.
Okay, my job's really easy. It took a lot of hard work for us to get Dr. Gardias here, and I was the person that wrote him the letter and made it all nice and flowery, make Juneau sound good. And so we got him here, and we just got him something from us, and we'd like him to come up here and open it up. Here's the card.
very much from the bottom of my heart. This is, I was going to buy one of these before I left. I have them now. Thank you very much. It's your Alaskan photo album. It's the photo album of your wonderful, wonderful state. And it's one that, this is what it is. This is outstanding. Again, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart, because this to me is such a tremendous emotional time. I have run about 25 graduations in my time. And, I was at a loss for words here. I want to thank all of you for inviting me. And again, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the best. I want to hear from you, and I want you to become some of the finest people and professionals in this world. Thank you very much, students. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Will the graduating class of 1995 please stand? Wait.